G'day, it's Shane here again from Grape TV, and thank you for joining me at the bar. But more importantly, thank you for joining me to help bring McLaren Vale wines to the world. Today, surprise, surprise, two wines, and from a small winemaker, Tim Geddes, with his very interestingly named Seldom label. Tim runs his little winery where he makes his own wine, such as these, but also does contract winemaking in the old Maxwell's winery on Kangaroo Road. It's now owned by Scarpentoni's and has the Oxenbury cellar door right there. So let's not muck around and let's get straight into the wanky thing. So what I've got here is a Cabernet Sauvignon from 2008. This wine, interestingly, is a Cabernet from that year. It was picked in the first week of the heat wave. A lot of Cabernet from 2008 was actually left on the vine or picked very late, which caused no end of problems. My phone with a message coming through. Very timely. So as I was saying, picked in the first week of the heat wave. I think there was 15 plus days of 35 degrees or more right at vintage in 2008, which created many headaches for many people. So this one wasn't left on the vine too long, so hopefully picked in time, but we shall tell in a minute, I think. So I'm definitely getting the black currants that you expect from Cabernet. There's also some cedary characters coming through from the oak. Very pleasant, not overpowering, but very pleasant nose. Excuse me. I'd have to say this wine is opening up magnificently. Tried this wine, what time is it now? I tried this wine about 6-7 hours ago, and it was open there in front of me, and the characters are really starting to come together nicely. Lots and lots of blackcurrant fruit, just straight off the bat. Really interesting blackcurrant fruit. Now there's a lot of structure here. There's a lot of tannin structure, both from the grape tannins as well as from the oak. For me, the interesting one here really is there's none of that donut in the middle for this Cabernet. There is flavour right across the palate. Very nice. Yes, there's a lot of French oak in this wine, but it really matches well with the quite powerful fruit. And I'll use the word powerful very purposefully here. It's a powerful wine, powerful fruit, not overawed by the tannin structure, but the tannin structure is part of the wine. Definitely a wine that you can put down for quite a long period of time. You wouldn't necessarily need to drink this now, and in fact I think it's only going to get significantly better over the next 5+ years. It's interesting, a lot of people have downplayed 2008 vintage because there is a large number of examples of poor wine coming through, but as more and more of the 2008 vintage is being released, I must admit I'm pleasantly surprised on how that's coming through. But definitely the 2008 Geddes Seldom Cabernet Sauvignon, one to look out for. Now I looked on Tim's website, there wasn't a price on there, but Tim tells me that he's selling this for about $25 a bottle. From what I've seen around the place, $25 is really good value, and worth getting a couple of bottles and put away for 5+ years. I think it'd be well worth it. It's a shame to put that away. Now the second one we have from you again from Geddes Seldom is the 2008 Petit Verdot. unusual variety in terms of that it's not grown that much in McLaren Vale. Give this a rinse. And quite often gets used, as a blending variety when it is used. But really interested in this one, and also interested to see if it's opened up the same way as a Cabernet has. Now, I really struggled with the aromas from this wine when I first tried it, and it took me a while, and it was like the brain went off and it came through what it was. This smells like quince paste. I know that sounds obscure, but this really does smell of quince paste. Well, that's what I get anyway. So floral component to it as well. Very nice nose on this wine. Just that alone would bring you back for more, I think. Now, if the previous wine was a big wine and had lots of good tannin structure in with the fruit, this wine, marvellous fruit character. That quince paste thing comes through in waves. It is quite nice coming through. But the second half of the wine is these lovely tannins. They finish quite dry and dusty, chalky tannins. Makes your teeth feel like they're all dry, that the tannins are actually coating the teeth and the tongue. But it's not obtrusive. It's not like the big oak monster has come in to come and take the fruit or the wine away. This is definitely a big wine, and I'd have to say the one word I would describe the wines from Tim Geddes from the 2008 vintage at least would be strength. Talking to Tim, there's a real point of getting the grapes the right point, not adding lots of things, so there's good acid structure in both of these wines, so there's not a lot of acid added. Some good oak, leave it sit there for a while, let it do its thing, but strength is really there. Now this wine, I think, is actually even more of a keeper than the Cabernet. That real fruit character coming through with that tannin structure, just magnificent. I can just see that just getting just better over all those years. So I'd actually say this is a keeper for 7 to 10 years as opposed to around the 5 years for the Cabernet. Really interesting wine. It's hard to pick a food match with these wines, because I am suggesting that they stay in your cellar for a reasonable amount of time before you try them. If you're going to try them now, and they're not bad wines to drink now, I'm not saying that at all, but if you're going to try them now, there needs to be food with big flavours, very big flavours. But do yourself a favour, check out Tim Geddes, the Seldom in range. Really interesting wines, nice wines, and all the wines have strength, character, and really need to be kept down for a while before seeing their best. But certainly it's well worth the wait, I believe. Now that's all we have time for Loner Grape TV today. Hope you've had a great week. I'm looking forward to another great week, and I'll see you then. Thank you very much.